In a world where they always tell the truth on the news and no one's ever lied to one another, it is the world of the universe of the extreme insane. I'm just sitting here ruminating and thinking about cholesterol. You ever think about cholesterol, Harriman? Sure, I think about cholesterol all the time. Think about all the things that I see on TV and listen to on the radio, and all the things they're telling me. Oh, Harriman, take this statin, take that drug, do this, the side effects of which, could they possibly be lethal? Woohoo! Oh, Harriman, maybe you need a blood thinner. Wait a minute, that blood thinner looks very similar to the same stuff I use to kill rats and mice. Oh, but it's not always that way. No. Yeah, and then I think about eggs, and very little of the cholesterol that's in an egg would work its way into my bloodstream, because about 82% of the cholesterol that's in my bloodstream is manufactured by my liver. Yes, indeed. And they tell me there's healthy cholesterol and there's bad cholesterol, and there's cholesterols and 3 different types, and then there's triglycerides and LDLs and all of these things. And then I've come to realize, and only for myself, seed oils may be a culprit if they're highly processed. Now, I believe in avocado oil, and I believe in extra virgin olive oil that is actually olive oil and not tainted by other oils. And I believe in coconut oil, raw, unprocessed, for myself. And and I get thinking about cholesterol and how plaque builds up on the arteries, and then I begin to realize that it probably doesn't have much to do with anything except that highly processed seed oil when I stick it in my body. If I ever had any junk food, which was a long time ago, or eat some kind of highly processed seed oil that has been, everything you can possibly imagine in its hydrogenation and things put in it, chemicals this, chemicals that, stuff to get the rancid stink out of it, and put it in a bottle and make it look all pretty and stick it on the supermarket shelf. And then, I realized probably the number one culprit in my early life was refined carbohydrates and sugars that I was sticking in my body. It was causing my triglycerides to rise like the morning sun in the great Northeast. I think about all the winters we have never seen the sun, and then all of a sudden it'll be 30 below zero or 22 below zero, and I'll be out there cross-country skiing with my shirt off and sweating my buns off. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little story about assembly lines. It was Detroit way back in the day, and it was 97 degrees, and the Goldberg brothers, Lowell, Norman, Hiram, and Max, invented the first automobile air conditioner. And the 4 brothers walked into old man Henry Ford's office, sweet-talked his secretary into letting the 4 gentlemen speak about the most exciting innovation in the auto industry since the electric starter. And of course, Henry was curious and invited him into the office. But they refused, and instead asked him to come out into the parking lot to check out the car. And they persuaded him to get into the car, which was 130 degrees in the sun, turned on the air conditioner, and cooled the car off immediately. I'm supposing it was much more than a block of ice and a fan. And the old man Ford got very excited and invited them back to the office, where they were offered $3 million for a patent, and the brothers refused, saying that they would settle for a couple mil, but they wanted the recognition to have their name, the Goldberg air conditioner, on the dashboard of each car which it was installed. Now, old man Ford was just a little bit of this and just a little bit of that, and sometimes said to be anti-Jewish. And there was no way he was going to put the Goldberg's name on 2 million Fords. They haggard back and forth for about 2 hours and finally agreed on 4 mil, and just their first names would appear. And so to this day, on all Ford air conditioners, it shows low, norm, high, and max on the controls. I wonder if Henry Ford was really anti-Semitic. Many people say he was. I don't know the whole story, but I'm really against. Why would people not like other people unless they've done something injurious to them, of which I'm sure 99.99% of the people in this world haven't done anything to anybody? And then I think about all the wars. Well, let's not go down that thing there because, next thing you know, we'd be getting into racism or something, and I don't want to go down there because all those labels. Yeah, okay, let's just do this. Standing down on Main Street across from Mr. Blue, in my faded leather jacket and my weathered bogan shoes, a chill north wind was blowing, and it was Chilly Willy, and I wondered to myself just how long I had been there. So I strolled across the main street, walked down a flight of stairs, stepped into the hall and saw my friends were there, and a neon light was flashing. Welcome, come on in. It feels so good, what a feeling to be back home again. And the favorite band was playing. Otis Redding was the chorus then. And when they sang the chorus, everybody sang along. Dan and Margarita were swaying side by side. Well, I heard they were getting divorcing, but I guess they let it slide. And I had wished I had some money to which to buy a round, and I wished I cashed my paycheck before I came to town. So I reached into my pocket and found 3 20s and a 10. It's feeling so good to feel so good to feel so good again. And old man Perkins sitting on his stool, watching Butch and Jimmy and John talking loud and playing pool. And the boys from Silver City were standing by the fire and singing like they thought they were the Tabernacle Choir. And oh, if you could see them all, I wish that you were there. I looked across the room and saw them standing on a stair, and there he was, and I caught his eye, and then I broke a grin. Such a good feeling to see my best friend again. Such a good feeling to see my best friend again. How to ruin a perfectly good song. All right, Nifty 91.50. Yeah, that's a little takeoff on the good old chords of Robert Earl Keen. And now we get on with the rest of the story, whatever that might be. Oh, no idea where we're going here today because, well, there's all sorts of buttons and knobs and dials in front of me, and I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.